Welcome back to the X-Bionics Sphere here in Bratislava, Slovakia for the Day 5 European Championship highlight show. That's UWW broadcast analyst and the man with more ink than a pen factory, George Ram. George, welcome to the show.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
I'm your host, Eric Olenowski. The Ukrainian women locked up the team title with a pair of Day 5 champs, while Norway, Greece, and the UWW team had solo podium toppers. George, I'll give you the floor and let you pick tonight's starting spot for the show.
I mean, we have to go at 65 kilos, right? I mean, match of the tournament, and I know it's early, but possibly the match of 2025.
You, of course, are talking about in the women's wrestling competition, the early candidate for the match of the year as Paris 2024 Olympic bronze medalist Grace Bullen from Norway won her fourth European title with an 11-8 win over world champion from Moldova, Arina Ringasi. When the entries came out, George, this is one we circled. Neither of these wrestlers are afraid to give up a point to get a point, and that is exactly what we saw tonight. 19 total points with countless lead changes.
Just back and forth the whole time. Both so dangerous, can both make something exciting out of nothing, and they both brought it head to head for the whole match.
You knew it was immediate fireworks when Bullen started off with the 4 and then Ringachi returned the 4.
Back, yeah.
Just absolute on the edge of my seat. My hands were sweating. We are lucky to be watching this. But for more for Bullen, let's welcome in the now 4-time European champion. Newly minted European champion Grace Bullen from Norway. Grace, welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you.
Let's start here. After the Paris 2024 Olympic Games, where you won your bronze medal, you won that at 62 kilos, you bump up to 65. What was the thought process behind that?
Oh, trying something new. Yeah, why not? I've been thinking about it a lot. It's been a plan we had from October just to try something new, and it's important for me to challenge my wrestling and challenging myself with new opponents and bumping up all of this. The 4 matches I've had yesterday and today, it's been with new opponents, so it's good for me to do something new.
And let's start there with a new opponent in world champion Arina Ringachi of Moldova in the finals. What a match. Talk about it.
Why did I do the things that I did? Oh my God, it was tough. She's a tough opponent. I've been training with her sometimes, and she's been coming to Georgia to train with us there. So I know that she's not an easy person to wrestle, and she has her style of wrestling that is hard to crack. I'm very happy that I got the code correctly this time, and hopefully we can have more tournaments where we do great matches like that and good for the audience.
Yeah, and you have trained with her before. You never wrestled her in a match, but what did you learn from those training sessions? Because she's the most flexible wrestler, and those judo-esque throws that she can throw from any position are really dangerous. So how did you approach that?
I'm trying to use the strength and the explosivity that I have, because I know that once I get my attacks and once I get my drive forwards, I'm thinking like, what I'm trying to think is like nobody can stop me, and doing the Usain Bolt sprints, and if I get it back, and I have to turn it like I did the first time, and I hope it was good to watch.
Yeah, it was great to watch. I looked at the clock at one point, there was 2 minutes left, and I could not believe it. I said, we are so lucky that we get to see these remaining 2 minutes. But you mentioned training in Georgia. Talk about that. How has that changed your approach to winning?
Oh, it's been a massive change, and because I've been training there, I've gotten my first medals in the World Championships, and I've gotten a medal now in the Olympic Games. So training there has been a game changer for me in the sports world.
And decision making has been key throughout your career, and obviously you made a few mistakes earlier on in your career, but that's not the case anymore. You're slowing the pace of matches down. So talk about that, your approach with deciding when to go big, because of course you could go big every single time that you want.
At least the first minute, yeah. But it's been great, because training there have given me also a confidence boost, just to be surrounded by guys that always want more, and they know when they go to training, they're thinking that they are the best in the world, and having people like that surrounding you all the time, and having a team, because I come from Norway, where after the World Championship in 21 in Oslo, like it was only me left in the senior women wrestling team. So I had to come to a place where I can feel safe, where I can feel that I'm surrounded by people that just want more. They want to win, they want the goal. And from there on, it's just been upwards.
And speaking of more, after Tokyo, there was a lot of discussion whether or not you would retire. Then just because of the time frame with the Olympics, then you go to Paris. and win that bronze medal? Did it reinvigorate that fire to continue on to try and get that elusive Olympic gold medal?
Absolutely, it really did. It gave me more passion and more love for the sport of wrestling, and it's why I've stayed in it for so long. And wrestling is a place where I feel safe, and wrestling is where I found myself. So outside of the training, just being an athlete, it's giving me confidence to show the world and show myself, most importantly, who I can be here.
And who are you going to be? Are you going to be 62, 65? Is there a potential for you to move up to 68?
We'll see. Why not? Like, I'm trying to, we keep that to the audience now. I'm trying to see where I can be good. I know that 62 is where I feel safe, and I bumped up from 57 to 59 and from 59 to 62, and now I'm here in 65. So if I stay longer in Georgia, maybe I end up in 76. I don't know. It's all good food there, but I like 62, so I think I will stay there, but I will stay a little bit in 65 to experience new wrestlers, because that's very good to do.
Only time will tell. Four-time European champion, Grace Boland. Grace, thanks again.
Thank you.
At 53 kilos after 14 trips here to the European Championships, 8 continental medals, none of which were golds, 33-year-old Maria Prevolaraki from Greece finally reached the top of the continental podium with a 5-3 victory over 3-time European champion Andreea Ana from Romania. Prevolaraki fell behind 3-0 but scored 5 unanswered points to grab that highly anticipated European gold medal. So my question to you is this: when did you see the momentum for Prevolaraki change?
Well, it was that little scramble on the edge of the mat. I mean, the shot clock was going down everywhere. She was almost going to get a point. Almost gives 2 away, manages to push up with that leg, come behind for the 2. Not only the 2, but the 1 also on the passivity time. So 3-3 ties it up in the lead with Criterion from there. We all know how good she is defensively. Just had to wait and take her time, and she did, especially with that extra push out on the edge.
0-4 coming into tonight, but she gets that gold medal. Listen to this list of hammers who Prevolaraki lost to in the European final. Sweden's 5-time European champion Sofia Mattsson, Sweden's 2-time European champion Emma Malmgren, and UWW team's newly minted 3-time European champion Olga Horashevtseva. And speaking of UWW athlete Olga Horashevtseva, at 57 kilos, she won her 3rd career European title with a 6-4 come-from-behind win against Elvira Suleyman Komololu out of Turkey, scoring 2 of 3 of her takedowns in that second period. And I'll tell you this, I went back and I watched all of her matches from this competition. In those 4 matches here in Slovakia, Horashevtseva took her opponents down 9 times, with 8 of those 9 takedowns coming in the second period. What changes for her in the second period where she's able to put points on the board?
Well, when I'm commentating, I use the term physical chess a lot. And that first round, you can see it on her. She's just trying to figure out where's the opening, where can I attack, where can I put points on the board. And when she comes out in the second round, you see her switch it on directly, finds the opening, finds the points, and then goes after those takedowns.
3-time European champion Olga Horashevtseva, and pretty impressive resume thus far. The final pair of golds went to the women's wrestling team, who won the team title in Ukraine. We'll start at 62 kilos, where 21-year-old Irina Bondar of Ukraine pinned Joanna Limborg of Sweden in the first period with a beautiful hip toss, claiming her 2nd European title of the year. She also won a U23 Euro gold a few weeks ago. George, what makes Bondar so good at such a young age?
It's just the ability to be able to score points from any situation. She's got good leg attacks, she's got good throws, she's good on the ground. I mean, the things she can pull out of nothing, and she just looks so relaxed as well. And at 21 years old, the world's her oyster.
You're right, and I'll tell you, no disrespect to her, but when I look at her wrestling, she's mean. That's how I describe her. But what do you, honest assessment, where do you think her ceiling is?
Well, looking at her right now, she's won everything so far. I mean, junior, world, European, under 23, world and European, now senior, European, world, seniors. It's just end of the year. I reckon it's possible for her, and at 21 years old, who knows how many medals she can bring in.
And I will say this, now Ukraine has a tough choice because Irina Kolyadenko, 2-time, of course the 2-time Olympic medalist, is at 65 for this competition, but she's likely to move back down to 62, so what do they do there? And the final gold of the night came at 72 kilos, where Alla Balenska picked up that head and arm fall over Nasrin Bes of Turkey to close out the women's wrestling portion of the competition. How nice was that for her to end it?
I mean, it was so slick. As soon as she got her hands locked, she tried it 2 or 3 times. You could see her just loading up on it, brought her to the hip, and then sent her for flying lessons for that 4-point at the end.
So Ukraine closes out the women's portion of the competition with the team title, but that does it for the Day 5 European Championship highlight show. For George Ram and the rest of our crew here in Slovakia, I'm Eric Olanowski saying so long, wrestling fans.